Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the surface area of a cylinder. So the surface area of a cylinder is equal to 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. And the reason for this is because essentially a cylinder is a shape that's made up of two circles, right? The top circle and the bottom circle, and then a rectangle that's kind of folded into this circular shape. And so 2 pi r squared is because pi r squared is the area of a circle, and there's two circles, one here. And then it's 2 pi rh because essentially, if we were to cut open this cylinder and make it into a rectangle, right, make this purple part here into a rectangle, that rectangle would have two dimensions. One would be the height, and one would be this other dimension, which is our circumference. And keep in mind that circumference is equal to 2 pi r. So that's why it's 2 pi rh. And so this surface area can be memorized, but it can also be fairly easily kind of broken down into here's why this is the surface area for a cylinder. And that way, if you forget, it'll be not too bad to remind yourself what this formula is. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this example. Let's find the surface area of this cylinder. So again, it's 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh, where r is the radius and h is the height. So in this situation, the radius is equal to 4, right? The distance from the center of our circle to the edge of our circle is 4, and the height is 9. So therefore, we would have 2 pi 4 squared plus 2 pi 4 times 9. And then 4 squared is 4 times 4, which that's 16. 16 times 2 is 32. So here we have 32 pi. And then over here we have 4 times 9 is 36. Times 2 is 72. So here we would have 72 pi. And then if we add those up, we get 104 pi square inches. And this would be the exact answer. Now let's say they don't want the exact answer with pi still in it. Let's say they tell you to round to 2 decimal places or something like that. If that's the case, then we're going to actually swap pi for 3.14. And so for the approximate answer, we would have 104 times 3.14, which is equal to 326.56 square inches. Now, of course, this is not the exact answer, right? The 104 pi square inches is, but this is a good approximation for if they want us to round to a couple decimal places and give them an answer in that way. All right. Any questions for this one? Please leave those down in the comment section. Now let's move on to a second example. So once again, the surface area is going to be equal to 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. So for this one, let's first identify our height and our radius. Well, in this case, notice that the diameter all the way across is 14 meters. That means the radius would be half of that. The radius would be 7 meters because the radius only goes from the center to the edge, whereas all the way across would be the diameter, which is double our radius. So definitely something to watch for there. A lot of times people will see 14 and think, oh, radius is 14, when that's not actually the case. Then for our height, the height is 2. And there we go. Now I'm going to plug in those values. So 2 pi r squared becomes 2 pi times 7 squared, as 7 is my radius. 2 pi rh is 2 pi times 7 times 2. And so then we end up with 98 pi over here. And then let's see, 7 times 2 is 14, times another 2 is 28. So plus 28 pi there. And then overall, we're going to end up with 126 pi square meters for the answer here. And once again, let's say we want the approximate answer. Like let's say instead of the exact answer, they say to round to 2 decimal places. For the approximate answer, we're just going to do 126 times 3.14. And that's going to be 395.64 square meters for that approximate answer. As always, if you do have any questions, feel free to leave those down in the comment section, and we'll see you for the next one.